What's going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and we're going to be going over the NBA slate for this evening. Pretty compact slate, but I am going to redo these projections for a second. It looks as though I don't see any real questionables that I have to deal with here. Let me just see something real quick. No, it doesn't look like it. So I'm going to go ahead and upload my new projections to the site first, and then we'll attack the slate. So I did a preview of the Thanksgiving Day slate earlier, and the NFL slate, I should say. And I think Bobby and I are going to go Thursday morning and do that then. Hang on. FanDuel updated. Now we're going to do, DraftKings updated. Now we're going to run FanDuel. And then we'll take a look and see what it all looks like. And then we'll go ahead and build like a SaberSim build here right for you live. And you'll see pretty much what I'm doing. But remember, this is a weird slate because the first game is at 7 and the second game's not until 8, I think. So there's a whole opportunity to late swap. And it's good practice for the Thursday Thanksgiving slate, which is 3 Iowa games. If you missed that preview I did earlier, one real important lesson is that, and this is unfortunate, but you're going to be able to get a huge edge if you can, in fact, be around to late swap throughout the day. So if your Thanksgiving is at home where you can access your computer or otherwise so that you can take care of your lineups, you're going to have a big edge because most people are not going to have the mental fortitude, let's put it that way, or social ineptness to actually deal with their lineups. Okay, Daniel Pope, let's see what we got here. Questions. I'm mainly playing single entry. Is there one core guy that I absolutely need? I don't know. I'm just going to upload the projections right now, and we are going to find out. How about that? Yay, FanDuel. Okay. So what we'll do is I'll get you guys behind the scenes. I will share my screen with the projections. We'll take a look at them first, and then we'll see what they look like. So hold on. Okay. So this is what FanDuel looks like. Let's look at DraftKings first. So on a points per dollar basis, it looks as though if you're looking for one single entry guy, Justin Champagne is, he's the 6.2x guy. So he looks very, very good. And I guess Andre Drummond is also really strong here. Whenever you see like a point per dollar ranking nearing 6 when you're at 6,500, that's pretty strong. So I think that those are probably the two main cores for a single entry. That would be my guess. And it's interesting because, Champagne is only projected for 23 and a half minutes. Not like he's a lock or anything like that, but 3,200, 20 fantasy point projections, pretty strong. And it allows you to get up to Luka without any real issues, I think. So what I noticed, you're saying what Philly value is getting Thanksgiving started tonight? Well, there would be Watford and Edwards. I have them kind of equal, but neither of them are that great, I don't think. I think the Washington guys are demonstratively better. Your CSGO contests are frozen. I have no idea. I think I played one time. Does the slate usually run for that long? That's a Brandon Cruz question. You could ask him in the esports Discord channel, really, whether how long the CSGO slates usually go. I only played literally one time. The other thing I like to do before I run the builds is sort by sheets value score too, because it gives you an idea of who the spend ups are, and you'll see that Jalen Johnson, Tyrese Maxey, Luka, they all rate pretty high. So I'd be very surprised if you didn't have at least one of these in all of your lineups. That would be my guess. This is on DraftKings. And we'll do the same thing with FanDuel, and then we'll just go ahead and run some builds and see what it actually looks like. This is weird. I'm not getting the slate ID for some of these guys. So these guys actually might not show up on SaberSim within. That's weird. Yeah. So if you're building via SaberSim on FanDuel through TrueDFS, you might not get Alexander Sarr or Wendell Carter Jr. projection show up from me. So just keep an eye on that. Let's see what FanDuel looks like, though. Point per dollar, same thing. Champagne, the best. Followed by Drummond, Kispert, like kind of all these guys. Oh, is that right, Cruz? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, this is a big tournament. So Champagne and Drummond again. And then, oh, hold on. This is Luka, Jalen Johnson, and Maxey. Why does it look exactly the same? Let me just see. 1 second here. Yeah, this is very odd. I don't know why I'm getting the same. Looks like getting the same freaking projections for. I'm like very confused. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to redo these. I don't know what's going on here. Let me just see something. Yeah, there's something's really going on with the site and all this stuff. I can't even get the site uploaded. Hang on, that's my State Kings. Let me unshare my screen for a minute. It's been a while, I guess, and I'm full jet lag here. What's going on here? Why can't I? I'm going to redo these for a second. Let's see what these salaries look like. Maybe I'll just have to end up using SaberSim here. I can't even get my. Just see something. Like what are these prices? I'm getting a warning error on FanDuel. This is like. So Luka is 12-4 on FanDuel, right? Let me just see something. Oh, I think I know what I did. And NBA. I'm going to have to do something with these projections. I don't know why these are all messed up. Hold on. Yeah, I know. I think I did something wrong here. Hold on. Everybody bear with me. So annoying. Yeah, I don't know how I do this. Just do the projections and play. It's just nearly impossible. But hang on. Maybe Cruz, if you have any opinions on any of these players, you can share them with me. At least I caught it. 1 sec. The other thing that I mentioned in the earlier stream about the NFL is that it's a very easy slate to play. I mean, the pricing, in my opinion, is very soft. So I really don't think that you need to be crazy, like playing guys you never heard of on a 3-game slate. I mean, all the guys that you want to play are pretty affordable. Like you don't have to go, play this Robert Floridai or whatever from Dallas or even Turpin. I would just stick to the regular dudes. It's a Thanksgiving slate. They're making it fan friendly. I don't think that you need to be like fancy play syndroming the whole slate. I don't think you need to leave 800 on the table and all this stuff. I think there's enough edge from just the overall casualness of the slate that you can just get an edge just playing it straight. I really believe that. All right, now let me see this. Okay, that's better. Okay, so on FanDuel, I think I am getting more Philly value. So hold on, let me upload this to the site, and then no, not that streaming visual aids. No. Okay, so now, as I was saying, before I so rudely interrupted myself, let me reshare my screen with the FanDuel projections, and then we will build. Okay. All right, so FanDuel. Here's where all these Philly guys come in. So Justin Edwards, Trenton Wofford, Quentin Grimes, and Champagne, but whatever. But it's mostly Philly guys, as opposed to on DraftKings where it was more Washingtons. And we are also getting the correct slate IDs here, so these are all looking good. Okay, I don't know what the issue was there before. I apologize. So let's see exactly what happens here. Let's get rid of all the stuff. We'll enter a brand new browser, and we will start over. I was trying to use the TrueDFS interface, and I just cannot get on the site. I'm like the only one, apparently. Okay, we'll get rid of this Keyshawn George. Okay, so I'm playing 60 fadeaways and 1 in the alley-oop. And what I like to do is I'd like to just make sure that I didn't enter any contests that I was unaware of. So I'll re-upload my entries file, like just in case. I mean, I don't think I did, but make sure it's still 61. Yeah, 61 contests. And we'll upload. We're going to use my projections for this one. And maybe even for this one, we can actually let's create our own fields just for funsies. I mean, it's a 3-game slate. We could do some stuff. So we'll make, whatever. We'll make 20,000 lineups. Why not? And then, so what we'll do is we'll simulate just for the lottery against my own ownerships. I have to tell you, the fadeaway has not been very good to me so far this season. So I do want to shake it up a little bit. So we will use the Sheets' field, which I just created for this contest. So we go in fadeaway. Instead of flagship MMA, we'll use Sheets. But for the alley-oop, we'll keep it in this high stakes thing. And now we'll go ahead and build with no restrictions and see what we get. Okay. The other thing I like to look at is to see where I'm different than SaberSim, if dramatically. So one thing that's cool is when you upload them not from TrueDFS, but your own from your own thing, is you get to see this green red. You get to see where which projections were greater than SaberSim's and which were beneath. So the greens are obviously higher. So I am getting like 2 points higher, a full 2 points than for Luka. So I imagine I'll probably get a decent amount of him. LeBron is back. So do we use portfolio diversity for today? Maybe. And I'm less inclined to. It's not going to matter too much what I do early because, again, like there's these two late swaps of what is 11 p.m. Good grief. That's a rough slate. It's the way they spread them out. Is this the Cup, the NBA Cup? So it's calculating everything. And one thing I'd like to do is to make this template one contest per one group per contest. This way I make sure that it goes in the right spot. And let's just hit run contest sims. And let's to answer your question, D-Pope, let's see if there's a big difference between if we run portfolio diversifier versus just regular, min uniques. See what the difference looks like. So I'm expecting to get a lot of this, a lot of Andre Drummond's, Jalen Johnson. Let's just see what I get here exactly. So it's stuck on one of two as far as simming. I wonder if that's because, no, it should be good actually. I was going to say, I wonder if it's because I'm using a custom field. Do I often run my own field? I always have time for it. That's not the issue. The issue is the only time I run my own field is when I'd be confident that my projections in some way, or my ownership projections, are better than SaberSim's for their particular contest. And I those cases are usually when there's less questionables. There's a lot of stuff that can happen between now and the end of the slate. Then there's just no way I can do my own field. But if it's just like kind of like static, like say MMA, like MMA, I almost always build my own field. My ownership projections are almost always better than SaberSim's. They just are. So I have no problem building my own field there. And also, there's no issue with correlation. It's baseball. Even if I knew my ownership projections would be better, it's not going to matter because baseball is not just about the individual player ownership. It's how much the stacks are put together. It's a little bit different. So here you'll see, if I did portfolio diversification, I'd be getting 72% Jalen Johnson, 62% Drummond, etc. Okay. So when we compare that to, instead of that, we'll use, say, Min Uniques 2, for example. Let's see how different it is. See, now we're much more spread out, actually. So to answer your question, what do I want to do? I mean, I just kind of made my own choice. Is I am actually going to do more, less portfolio diversification, and this is strange, right? Because you're like, oh, wow, I figure with portfolio diversification mode, you get more smooth results, but it doesn't work that way because portfolio diversification mode, it still makes your best plays, but then it just kind of spreads out at the bottom sometimes. So this time today, the answer is I'm going to use just min uniques too. So we'll go ahead. We'll put those in and upload them, and then we will. Yeah, you know, in basketball, Baron, you're not going to get it anyway. You know what I mean? Like you just your lineups are just not going to be that low anyway, especially in the NBA. So I have no problem like leaving it as is, because you do get that weird dynamic sometimes where like a bunch of 3K guys are in there. Like let's say one team is like missing all their starters and they have 8 players, and they're all like 4K, and they're all going to play 40 minutes, you know, whatever. It doesn't happen often, but it's a good idea to just, I think, just to keep your min salary, just whatever the defaults are, just allow pretty much anything. Okay, let's see what FanDuel looks like. So same thing. We're playing 150 in the shot, which is the the minimum, the mini max, or whatever you call that thing over there, and 1 in the monster. So we'll upload my projections here again. Now, I just keep these offline, but if I could get on the site, I could show you that it's there. And let's do it. Let's create our own field again. Call these sheets. And this, and we'll run this. While that's happening, I wonder if I can get on the site just to show you. I mean, I go to TrueDFS and it just spins. I don't know what to say. Everybody else can get on, but just not with the owner of the site. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, I'm just not getting view site information. Okay, let's see. Connection is not secure. Maybe that's something. Oh, that's it. Was that it? Hey, look at that. Maybe that's all I had to do. All right, I'm going to show you what to do with this in a minute, but let's do this. So FanDuel, okay. Again, same thing for the shot. We are going to use mine as far as my fields go. And then we'll just rebuild right here. Boom. I'm going to show you the difference, well, not the difference, but what's available when you go to the actual TrueDFS site. First of all, what's not available is this big, you see how I'm building 20,000 lineups? Like there's this like super ultimate package that even like Sabres, even like TrueDFS people can't get. I mean, it's just really expensive, but I have it anyway. They don't even advertise it really, but it does let you build 20,000 lineups, which is, it's more than the 5,000. So I just like using it. Doesn't really do too much else for me. But people have asked, how come you can build 20,000? Again, it's just a type of account I have. Okay, so building these, and 20,000 lineups should be plenty for a 3-game slate. One could even say it's too many. Like that's how you get, by the way, these 46,000 salary lineups that you were afraid of, Baron, is when you build 50,000 of them or something like that. And you kind of run out of combinations. But again, if they project well enough, I kind of want to have access to them. Okay, it's still spinning there. 1 of 2, and again, it's set to have one lineup group for each contest. And we'll do the same thing. We'll look at both what we would get in portfolio diversification mode and also what we would get for min uniques 1 and 2. And I think wherever I'm like less overweight the top, maybe I'll just do that one. Again, I'm trying like different things. The NBA has not been particularly strong for me. Done really well in all these other sports, but the NBA is hard. It just is. It requires, like, quite honestly, a level of commitment I don't have it in me to provide, honestly. Let's see. One of 2 diversified. All right, so here you're getting 67% Jalen Johnson, 60% Kisper, and then down to 50% here. Wait, did I do it right? Did I put the right? I forget what I did. Let me just see something. I want to make sure I did the right. Yeah, I did use the right contest fields. But let me just see the difference between the exposures if I went to min uniques 2 instead. That's what it looks like now. 67, 60, then a drop. Let's see. Oops, not that. And then let's do min uniques 2 here. And this smoothed it out a little bit too, because it's min uniques 2 in a 3-game slate. I guess that's another explanation for it. So that's fine. Let's do the same thing. Why not? It looks just like Kristaps is going to be my highest owned player, given all this. And let's see. You're hoping for no blowouts? Yeah, it makes sense. Stays. We could go earlier if you want. Eat, I mean. Yeah, it's fine. I'm like done. So I'm done in like 2 minutes. So whenever you want. Okay. All right. So let's. So we uploaded them here. Then we should be good to go. So what I was gonna say, now I have time, is if you went in through the TrueDFS interface. By the way, if anybody wants to try to figure out what exactly that TrueDFS homepage picture is of, no one seems to know for sure. I think we figured out it was Minute Maid Park, maybe, but there has to be some type of actual game that was from. I'll go back to it in a minute. So what I was going to say is that if you wanted to use the TrueDFS interface to do it, it's the same type of the same functionality, but one difference is that if you wanted to build from here, same thing, you could upload your lineups and all that stuff. But you see you have access to 3 different sets of projections. Like here it says Saber Sims, here is Sheets, and here's Goldies. And so within my projection here, you could average them. You could add a weighted average, like if you wanted to, like 33%. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, do that at your own risk, honestly. But the NBA, I think, is actually a sport that you can get away with stuff like that, with like averaging and things like that. Because again, one, it's not like baseball where everything's all correlated together. Anything that's like purely individual projection based, I think that you could go ahead and average to some degree, especially basketball. So I don't actually mind doing that. And ownership, you get to pick here. Sheets, Goldie, average, add weighted average as well. The only difference is here you can only play 5,000 lineups, but that's fine. I want to go back. Let me go back to the. I just want to see that first home page. So if anybody can actually identify. Oh wait, no, it's not allowing it again. You have to hit this thing again. No. Yeah, it's still not connecting me to where I need to go. Let's just do this. How about left? Your connection is not secure. Cookie and site data. 6 sites allowed. You should not enter sensitive information. Site settings. Delete data. Set permissions. I have no idea what to do. If anybody can help me. Oh, here it is. It's back now. So this particular picture, anybody can tell me exactly what this is? Now this one, I think this is a picture of a. No, this wasn't Minute Maid Park. This is in Texas apparently, because one of these billboards apparently had something that we were supposed to recognize. I want to know who these players are. You know, no one seems to be able to tell me. So this was November 20th. I wonder where my videos are. NFL videos. I did one earlier. Did that not go because I went live? Ooh, NFL went to videos and then it went to golf. Okay. Stuff to work on. Okay, sounds good. I think I'm going to get out of here. Again, tomorrow I might do a showdown video where I go through all the showdown slates, and certainly Thursday morning we'll go live with Bobby.